Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Topeak SMARTGAUGE D2x digital pressure gauge. Although everyone knows they should check their tire pressure before they ride their bike or drive their car, most people don't, as it can be cumbersome to check. Gadgets like the SMARTGAUGE D2x from Topeak is a really nice thing to have to quickly check your tire pressure on the fly and with this nice handheld digital display. In terms of packaging, it's really simple. You have their characteristic white and yellow color scheme from Topeak. All the features prominently written on there. And you can actually interact with it, which is nice. You have this open window, so you can actually toggle the buttons and then feel it. On the back, you have more specs. On the side, you have additional specs as well. This can be used for cars, forks, shocks. So anything with a gauge on there. And then again, road bikes, mountain bikes, really easy to use. Go ahead and take it out of the box and go over specs. Retail price on this is $57.95, so definitely on the higher end, but it comes with a lot of great features. So it has a digital backlit display. You can easily use this in low light situations. And it's accurate up to 260 PSI or 18 bars. And that's really impressive. You don't see that with such a small device. So that means it's great for using with shocks, which have higher pressure. It also has multiple unit display. You can do PSI, bar, or kilogram per centimeter squared. So it should work with any environment or any regional display measurements. You also have a smart head. So you have one head and then a little toggle button so you can switch between Presta or Shrader really easily and quickly. And then also has a deflation button. So if you're over pressure, you can press this button here and it'll actually release some pressure. So a nice way to quickly adjust it with a real-time pressure mode. So you press this button here and it'll actually keep reading it as you're deflating. So you can accurately get to the pressure, your desired pressure. The other nice feature about this Topeak is a 360-degree swivel head. So regardless of where your valve is, you can always rotate this and still view the screen. It's a really nice feature to have. Now we've already taken the battery out and put it in there so you can see it turns on. But in terms of what comes in the box, you would get the battery, which you'd have to install, an instruction manual, and that's about it. You're ready to go. Now let's take a look at the weight of the smart gauge. The battery installed, it's 54 grams, so quite light. So now let's go over the fit and finish of the Topeak smart gauge. It's a pretty simple design. You have a rounded rectangle with the valve head attached. It's all plastic with this glossy section here and the main readout here with a nice backlit screen. It's white and black, so it looks really premium. It fits in your palm really well with these little rubber edging on here, so it's non-slip. And what's cool about this is Topeak has integrated a 360-degree swivel head, so you can always rotate this to the position you need it in, and that's really convenient. So if your valve is low, you can rotate this, and if it's high, you can rotate it back. Something a lot of the other gauges don't have. They're usually fixed or 180 degrees. On the head itself, it's their smart head, so you don't have to swap any pieces to do different valves. You can pick the Presta or toggle it over to the Shrader. So nice, simple design. It's not as fancy as some of their pumps, which don't even require any buttons. But with this one, you don't have to flip it. You don't have to remember which side. You just have to pick the right picture. You have the pressure release valve button here. So you can actually reduce the pressure. So if you're over pressure, simply press that. Press the button on here and it'll actually reduce the pressure. They also have a live mode. So if you click that circle button, this will put in a real-time readout display, so it'll keep updating the pressure as it gets it, and that lets you accurately reduce the pressure as you're using it. You can also change the pressure units with the other button, and what's nice about this is you do PSI, bar, or kilogram per centimeter squared, and the units are quite large, so pretty easy to read. Otherwise, really simple. You just plug it in, use it. What's nice about Topeak, it has auto on too. So you just plug it in and it'll turn on. You don't have to go press the power button, and it has auto shut off to conserve the battery. Speaking of the battery, it's a simple watch battery design. So if you go on the back side, you can see it's locked and you simply rotate it and then the battery's on the inside. And then to lock it back in, you rotate it to lock it in. So very simple and should last quite a while. Now let's take a look at the Topeak in action. What's great about the Topeak, it has auto on, so as long as you select the right valve, push it onto the nozzle, you can see it turns on, And you do see that you have to push down on it pretty hard for it to not leak and angle it correctly. Once you do that, you can see it works well. You can also do live mode. So if I click that, and then I can actually deflate, and I'll keep updating. It's a pretty convenient feature. The other nice thing is that you have this rotatable head, so if my nozzle is down here, up there, it doesn't matter. I can always adjust the angle really quickly. Now let's show the Topeak on a car tire. Unlike a bike tire, it can just rotate. This one you really can't do that. So the nice thing is you have the full 360-degree swivel, so wherever this is, I can easily adjust it. You can see the angled head also works really well. So I'm going to switch the style to the Shrader and then pop it on there. What's nice about Topeak, it has auto on. So you can see it automatically shows it without me having to press the power button, and it'll automatically turn off. So you really have a 0-button operation, and the form factor is better than other ones as you can really fit it in there. You do lose some air, so you can see when you first get it on. You really want to get your thumb on there quickly, and every time you do this, you can see I lose maybe half a PSI, depending on how quickly you get it. Now let's do a little comparison between the SKS AIRCHECKER and the Topeak SMARTGAUGE D2x. They're both very similar products. They provide the same quick functionality for checking your air pressure, reducing the air pressure, and doing live measurements. The main difference between these two is the fact that the Topeak is $60 while the SKS is about $40. Now the advantage of the Topeak is that you have a 360-degree swivel head, so you can see it rotates all the way around, and that's great when you're trying to get tight corners, while the SKS is limited to 180 degrees. So you have to be more conscious of where you place it. The other difference in the designs are the heads. So you have the Smart Head from Topeak, and this has a toggle, so you can pick Shrader or the Presta valve with a little simple slide. With the SKS, it's a dual head design, so you pick the right side and then plug it in, and it can do Dunlap as well, which is something the Topeak doesn't have, but most people don't really have Dunlap valves anyways. They both have simple backlit screens with audible beeps, which is great. So both easy to read. The Topeak feels a little more premium with the black and white style to it. You have 3 buttons on the Topeak versus 2 buttons on the SKS. You can switch units. With the SKS, you're limited to PSI and bar, while the Topeak gives you bar as well as kilogram per centimeter squared and a larger display, so you can see the units are larger to read. You get the live mode for both, so flash in mode for both to do live measurements, and the deflate buttons, so you can, if you are over pressure, you just press the button to decrease. Same for both. They both feel really nice. They're lightweight, plastic designs with the same watch battery. So depending on which one you want, depends on which features you want. The Topeak has the higher pressure readout, so it goes quite high, up to 260 PSI, while the SKS is limited to 144. So that means if you're doing suspensions or a mountain bike with the higher pressure values, the Topeak is a great option. Otherwise, very similar features. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Topeak SMARTGAUGE D2x. What we like about it is it has a premium feel. Like other Topeak products, the build quality is very well done, with a lot of clever design details. We also like the 360-degree rotatable body. That means you can access the valve at any location and still be able to see the screen as you can just rotate it. It's also really easy to use as an auto on and auto off feature, so you simply plug it into your valve, look at the value, take it off, and it'll automatically time out. Some of the cons for the SMARTGAUGE D2x is the fact that it's a premium price. At almost $60, you're paying quite a lot for a pressure gauge. Also, we found that the main screen is easy to scratch, so if you leave this in a pocket or a backpack, it will start to show some wear and tear. Taking everything into account, we'd give the SMARTGAUGE D2x an 8.7 out of 10. It's a premium and very compact digital pressure gauge. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.